Hi everyone, Cynthia here. I'm back with a project share. I finished my paper bag mini album that I was working on last week. Was it last week? Yeah. And I used the Prima Lifetime Collection 6x6 paper pad. This isn't the one I used another one, and I hardly have any of the sheets left. But this was gifted to me by Amber. She's Lyric Lover 810. Hey Amber. And I used one sheet, this very pale blue 12 by 12 sheet from the Ladybird collection kit from Prima. And I used some of the Lifetime 12 by 12 collection kit from Prima as well. And oh yeah, this was last week because I shared this in a Tag Time Tuesday video. I showed you guys how I used the little mini tags and tucked them into my little arrangement here. And I didn't really do too much else to the cover, except I did glossy accent the sewing machine. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. Just to bring a little bit of life to it. And I bound it with this gorgeous eyelet trim, some of this seam binding lace, brown lace, and some black fun fur. And I have a little camera here, some of these handmade flowers that I made with my Bitty Blossoms Spellbinders die. This zipper flower was created for me by Lori Gooch here on YouTube. Hi Lori. And then I used one of these clips, if you can read the little cherish words on there. I think that was so cute. Those were gifted to me by Irene, Crafty Irina. Hi Irene. And then I have buttons. I have a little keyhole here. And then I have some flourishes. And I used my Fanciful Flourish die from Cheery Lynn Designs for that. And then I have a little wooden butterfly and some washi tape. I have washi tape along the edges here. And then some of the paper has these doodle lines. I don't know if you guys can see those. And some of them didn't. I did go through and managed to do doodle lines through the whole album, so that took me quite a while. Okay, so the first page, I have a pocket that I created. It says enjoy the little things, and I have little banners from the paper down from them. This is a piece of the Fanciful Flourish, a little button, some washi tape, and my Martha Stewart scallop punch. And then I tucked in this really cute mat that I cut out from the paper line. And this already had the doodle lines drawn around it. And then if you wanted to, you could put a photo there. And then the second page, I have a Recollections bag pocket. These are 2.25 by 4 inch bags. I ran it through my Cuttlebug with my buttons embossing folder, and then I sanded it a little so you could pick up the embossing. And then on it I have a doily, and then this is cork paper that I punched out a flower and doodled some lines on it. Then I punched out this other flower, and there's more doodle lines on that, and then a button. Then inside the bag, there's this tag. And then more washi tape on the bottom of that. I love this paper. It's just like so grungy and vintage. Oh, and throughout the whole album, I used tea dye? Sorry, guys. Let me see. Yes, I used the tea dye Distress ink through the whole album. And then behind the pocket, I tucked in another tag. And then there's this side pull out. And then to create the tabs, I do have a video on how to create your own tabs if you don't have a tab punch. I'll post a link below in the description box to that video in case you need some ideas. But I embossed, after I created the tabs, I embossed it with my measuring tape embossing folder, and then I went over it with ink. So I think those came out kind of cute. And then the paper bag mini has nice big paper bag pockets that you could tuck in, you know, whatever kind of things you wanted. The third page, I created 2 photo mats, and these slide out. So you can put your photo on and then slide them back in. And then I embossed the picture frames. Can't do things one-handed today. I embossed the picture frames with that same measuring tape embossing folder, and then I ran a little bit of white chalk ink over them just to pick up the embossing. This I fussy, oh no, this was a stamp. Let me see if I have the stamp set available to show you guys. This was also gifted to me by Crafty Irina. And it's called Vintage Threads by TPC Studio. And I used a few stamps from here. I used the sewing machine. I don't know if I used this dress form, but I used her. I used Sewing Men's The Soul. And this is the stamp right here that I used up here. Used a Tim Holtz hanger. Added a little bit of gesso to the hanger. And then I inked it up and glittered it. Just added a button. And then down here, this chipboard piece was gifted to me, I think by Amber, Lyric Lover 810. And then I used my, used my script stamp on top of it, and then I inked it up, and then I just put some floss here, embroidery floss. Then I tucked in a needle threader and just put buttons around it. And then this page, I created a side pocket. I used washi tape and another border with my Martha Stewart scallop punch. And then I created this rosette flower with my Tim Holtz rosette die. This is a Prima flower and a little flat back pearl. And I don't know if the camera will pick this up either, but I have little fun fur in there underneath the Prima flower. I don't know, just to give it some interest. And then there's this really nice big photo mat here. And you can put a nice photo here. And then the next page, I have a pocket with, this is a Recollections flower that I stamped with my script stamp. And then this one is a Recollections as well. Put a button, more flourish, some of this heart bling, and I colored that center of the heart in with my alcohol marker. Where is it? Here it is. My Bic Market alcohol ink marker. And then there's a tag in the pocket. And there's a tag behind the pocket. And the pocket also flips open for another photo mat. And it's magnetic closure, so it won't flap open. And then the next page, I loved the paper so much I didn't want to cover it up, so I just used my Fiskars. This does 2 different styles of corners. So I punched out 4 corners and adhered them to the paper, and then I just used a little bling on the corners to create like a nice photo mat. And then there's this pull-out page for another photo mat. There's tons of room in this mini album for photos and keepsakes. Then I created a big photo frame here, which this will just slide out to put your photo on and slide back in. Oh, I did use it. I wasn't sure if I did or not. I did use this stamp, and I fussy cut it out and inked it up. And I also cut little sentiments from the paper. It says smile big, give hugs, keep faith. And then I have a flat back thimble button down here. And I have this little teeny tiny cameo piece right there. And I'm pretty sure Laura from Laura Loves Lace gifted that to me. I'm not positive though. Hey Laura. And then I have a die cut from the paper. It says so much fun. And this piece here, I created 3 belly bands from cardstock and washi tape, and then there's this little clip that just kind of holds them in place. And then each thing has a booklet attached to it for photos or hanging on it. Okay, so you get each booklet, you can hold 4 photo mats. You could put a little photo or just journal down in here if you wanted to. And that, you know, this page alone gives you 12 areas for photos. And they just slide right back into the belly bands. And then I just put this clip on so they wouldn't, you know, slide all over the place and get damaged. And then another pull-out mat. And then this page is just a really beautiful area for photos. I just did like a black cardstock photo mat and punched in the corners. And then I have a little ticket I created a while ago with measuring tape paper. It says Sewing Mends the Soul, and I put 3 buttons. Behind it I put some fabric, and then I stamped and fussy cut the scissors from the stamp set and put it behind. And then there's a little tag here that says Cherish. Just goes back in here, and then the photo will slide behind all that. And then this page, the last page, I wasn't really sure if I want to decorate this page anymore. I keep looking at it like it needs something, but I'm just not sure yet, so I left it as is. But I created a little booklet, and it flips out this way. So you have a photo mat here and here, and then here, another one here, here, and here. So there is a lot of real estate within the pages for some really nice keepsakes and photos. And like I said, I'm not sure. I used this eyelet trim to tie it closed. And I'm not sure if I want to decorate any more on this page. I haven't decided yet. So I kept it blank. And then the back, I just stamped the lady in the sewing machine on there. And like I said, this is the doodling that I drew because not all the pages had it, and some of them did. So I kind of wanted to keep with the doodling theme, and so I did it myself. But that's my Prima paper bag album, everybody. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.